right. Welcome to episode 82 of the Slip and Weave podcast. Have a very, very special guest this week. One of the most exciting young fighters in boxing, Mr. Jahi Tucker. Jahi, how you doing, brother?
I'm chilling, man. Pleasure to be here.
I appreciate you coming today, man. I know that the vast majority of people watching probably know who you are, but just real quick, introduce yourself. Let the people know the accolades, accomplishments, where you're from, all that.
Got you. My name's Jahi Tucker. I'm from out of New York, and I say out of New York because I was born in Queens, grew up in Brooklyn, moved to Long Island. So I moved around a lot. I'm a USA national champion, an international champion. I won gold with Team USA. Got signed by Top Rank at 17. Right now I'm 9-0 as a pro, and yeah, bro, I'm one of the best prospects. I think I'm the best prospect in the game.
And I think there's a lot of people that agree with you, bro. I guess I want to start by asking you a relatively, obvious question for you. You've probably been asked this a bunch, but what was the main part of the decision making to turn pro as young as you did?
The main decision making was I'd have to say COVID, because when originally my plan for 2020 was to go to try to get to every national tournament and try to win every national tournament and try to be named the amateur boxer of the year. The first tournament of the year was in March, and as we know, that's when it shut down. Literally a week before I was supposed to leave, everything shut down. So I was still training every day. After a while, we never knew when the COVID ban was actually going to be lifted. So from there, I basically was like, oh yeah, I might as well go pro, bro. I might as well get paid for this. This is my little brother. Say hi, just say
Hi.
yeah.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Okay, go watch TV, okay? All right, yeah, I'm listening. But yeah, man, that's basically everything that took place for me to make that decision to go pro. And even before COVID even started, Jay Prince and Mike Prince and those guys, they were actually interested in just they were interested in me. They told me that I was actually supposed to have a meeting with them the same weekend that COVID happened. And when Shakur Stevenson fought that guy, what's his name, man? He didn't get to fight him because of COVID, but they were supposed to fight in the Garden. The guy who fought Lomachenko and Lomachenko called him in the corner.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Shakur was supposed to fight that guy in March in the Garden, but Shakur was supposed to fight that guy. COVID happened, they canceled the fights, and I didn't get my meeting with them. I end up still flying out to Houston later that year. 2020 May. That's when I sparred with Shakur and I sparred with the Davis brother, except for Keyshawn. But yeah.
So it was really just, COVID had you kind of like 50-50 on going pro. And then once that happened, that shit just kind of pushed you in that direction of like, what am I fucking around for?
Basically, bro, And I really wanted to go pro already. It's just, I really wanted to get more nationals, get more accolades. The more accolades you have, the better.
Yeah. What was that experience like of turning pro in the bubble and probably having your first couple of fights, right, in the bubble?
Yeah. My first 3 fights were in the bubble.
Yeah.
And that was a great experience, to be honest. It was very unique. It was like a timepiece that I don't think it'll ever be replicated. But you never know, bro. However, it was very fun, and it was, like I said, it was a real experience. You were literally shut off from everybody else, and it was kind of nice. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, I could tell some fighters kind of benefited from the lack of crowd or what, you know what I'm saying? And then there would be other guys who would be like, they usually have, a little more energy because the crowd kind of jacks them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very mixed results as far as how do fighters react to essentially being in an empty room when they fight.
Yeah, it's similar to sparring. It really felt really organic, the basis of everything. And it really, it really showed me that too. I fought on that Lomachenko card, that Lomachenko and Tiafimo card, right? And that fight, Loma and Tio, obviously being in the bubble, that fight was a fight that's supposed to have a packed out stadium. fans crazy cheering, especially because it was an exciting fight. Um, but it was just raw. It was just what it is. It's just we were just here fighting, and these two guys are put it on the show. And the commentator said it to me, and not to me, but they said it, you know. And when I heard it, I was just like, oh, that's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been such a trip, dude. I remember at one point I started having this I created this concept in my head for like
Mm.
how to make because I didn't know how long shit was gonna you remember where I was. We didn't know how long shit was
Yeah.
gonna be like that. So I started having this idea in my head for like how to make indoor no crowd boxing cool and like rotating the rings and then having the
Yeah.
backgrounds change like with the camera angles and shit.
Yeah.
I started getting like mad creative with like, yo, we can make this shit look cool, bro.
I think
Fortunately,
it could really be something though.
yeah, hopefully we don't ever have to fucking do that
Right
again.
again. No.
At the
No.
time, I was like, listen, if this is what we're doing now, I think I know how to make it look cool.
That's
You
not
know?
entrepreneurship, I'm telling you.
Yeah, bro. Fucking turning something fucking from nothing.
Yeah,
So
literally.
you said you bounced around New York growing up. I
Yeah.
was basically kind of the same way. Where I grew up, in Rockland, it was honestly like kind of a boxing desert. Like there'd
Mm.
be times you get out from New York City and there'd be little pockets where it was like hard to find somewhere to train or whatever. Was that ever something you experienced growing up, or was boxing very like accessible to you as a kid?
No, that's exactly what happened, when I was inside the boroughs, I used to live in the boroughs and I lived in Brooklyn. There's a boxing gym almost everywhere in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And even in Queens, the Bronx, like the city has a lot of boxing gyms. It wasn't until I moved to Long Island where it started being a little bit difficult to get a gym because not that there are not a lot of boxing gyms in Long Island, because we ended up finding them as the journey went on. It's just a lot of them are like not on Google. A lot of, we didn't know a lot of people. You feel me? Like on Long Island, for me, and like we kind of just had to figure it out. And I didn't get a boxing gym um until about almost 2 years till when I moved to Long Island.
Yeah, bro. I don't think people understand that about New York fighters is like it's and that's not a COVID thing. That's for years thing.
Right.
Like it's not always easy for us to find a place to go.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, you say you're from Rockland. Where is that?
So like Rockland's probably like 20 miles north of the GWB.
Okay, so it's like right outside the Bronx,
Yeah.
like Westchester type of area.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're right there. You're my close. Yeah.
But where I grew up, right? For whatever reason, I was just in one of those areas where it wasn't popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was like a place you could do MMA, and then there was like a kickboxing gym for yoga moms,
Exactly.
but there was never like some real shit. And then I'd find one, and then it would close down, and then it was just
Yeah.
I was like a what's that word? Like a traveler. I was traveling around gym to gym forever. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot
Yeah.
of New York fighters go through that.
And that's a fact too. Like, I'll give you a story. When I first moved out here and I was really trying to find a boxing gym, and I'm probably about 13, 14 at the time, you know? And it's just like, all right, cool. I seen this boxing gym on Google that they say it's like about an hour and a half walk away from me. I'm like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna go.
Hour and a
So
half walk.
yeah,
Fuck
cool. So boom, I walk, and I'm new to the area too, so I don't really know the area. So I'm like kind of like figuring out the blocks just like that as I'm going. I get to the gym. It's a wrestling gym, a pro wrestling gym, who has a boxing coach there. You feel me? He gets there, I talk to him a bit. He does some power work with me. But then he tries to charge me ridiculous prices, try to charge me ridiculous prices. So then, I'm still willing to pay, but I'm not the one paying with my dad at the time. So, I go home, I talk to my dad, and my dad's like, bro, I'm not paying him for boxing. I'm not going to do that. Because I ain't going to lie, bro was charging like despicable amounts, bro. I'd say he was charging about $500 per session. And
Jesus,
it was,
dude.
yeah, my dad was like, bro, yeah, no, I'm not doing that, bro.
I would put money on that he did that partly too, because if you showed up solo, he was like, "Oh, that's not like an adult to question me."
I could see that too, because I was
Like
literally
there's like
like
some
14.
finesse.
Yeah, yeah, he seen the opportunity, he jumped on it.
Yeah, bro. I always like to bring that up with New York fighters. I don't think that's a story that gets told a lot. It's just like that's part because we used to be the place for boxing. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? New York was like Mecca of boxing. That's why they call
You're
MS
like,
the Mecca of boxing. And
yeah,
there's a reason that there's so that I think that's also too like being a New York guy, when we see guys like you, it's like fuck yeah, dude. He figured it out. Like he figured
yeah.
out where he could get his shit done because I
Hell
know
yeah,
how hard that is.
bro. It was a journey, bro. And that's a, like you said, that is a very underrated part of the journey. You know, because not as I'm thinking about it, that's something I never really gave too much thought to as to how hard it was to even find a gym. You know, like I moved in November of 2016. I didn't start consistently training until 2018.
And I noticed the difference too, like going to like had to go to California for work a couple of times, and being
Mhm.
out there, every time I would go out there, it was so easy for me to get into some boxing shit. Cause like,
Yeah,
oh, fucking wild card is a 20-minute drive or what,
yeah,
whatever. And I just pop into random gyms, I do a workout, and I was like, damn, why can't I do this at home?
New York, yeah.
Because it's not the same type of opportunities.
You know, and that also happens because of just because of the way how the boxing world its shape has like itself has shape shifted. Like you said before, it used to be Madison Square Garden as the mecca of boxing. You know, around like the 80s, around the 70s, 80s, once Las Vegas came out and they started hosting fights in Vegas, you know, it was a big gambling spot, great weather year round, you know, like so we was just going there and having fun. So now all the big fights got held in Vegas. And then from there, I guess it just probably just inspired people and just kind of drew more attraction away from the garden. And the garden is always going to be the garden, you know, but
Yeah.
it boxing has a new capital now, though. I think it's Vegas.
And aside from that, bro, we're not the only game in town, dude. People can make money out in the UK. People can make money
That's a
in
fact.
like there's other places in the world now that have,
Yeah,
I would say, even more vibrant boxing cultures than we do. Like
by far.
when you look at how the UK talks about Anthony Joshua, it's like he's LeBron James.
Bro, it's so different, man. And that's one thing I hate about boxing now is that we don't get the same love that fighters used to get, you know? Because back in the day, like back in like you know, even back in I'd even say the 90s, like the early 90s, bro, people apparently used to like really like boxing. And like you know, I wasn't around for that. So it's like weird to me. But like I know there's like a lot of dudes who like just they weren't into boxing, casual fans, but they knew a lot of different boxers. Like a lot of guys were very popular. I feel like Mike Tyson was probably the last guy. And then it was Roy Jones, and then it was Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. But but that's the thing. I just named like four fighters from like stretching from like a 10, 20 year span type of thing. It's rude because those are the only fighters that I could say majority of people would know in this time versus back when boxing was really a thing and everybody would know almost everybody, you know?
Yeah, bro. I mean, you're 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 29. So when I first got into boxing, bro, I'm telling you, like, if a big fight was on, it would still be like when the sports page was the shit. Like, dude,
Yeah.
Roy Jones and Antonio Tarver were on the front page. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Absolutely, bro. I mean, even Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd when they fought, the way media, right, like mainstream sports media covered that
Mm-hmm.
was so much more than it is now, bro. They put so
Yeah.
much more effort. Like the overall sports community put way more effort into boxing than it does now.
And I don't know what it is why that's changed. Like and I feel like galvanizing again. It's going back up again. But
I think guys your age are gonna change some of that with the social media and everything.
But I see it happening, bro. Like Tank is becoming a household name. Ryan Garcia, if he's not already a household name, he's definitely becoming one. David Haney, another guy, you know. And you know, I feel like just fighters, we need to make it more like the UFC, but like even the UFC has things they can change as well. But if boxing had like a league that was like focused on taking the sport as a whole and kind of like making like an NBA type of thing.
Well, to be honest, too, I mean, like a lot of you guys, like I think a lot of you guys have more personality and are more accessible than the guys that some of the guys that were my age and a little older, like the Errol and Terrence generation. I think
Yeah,
you guys are just way more accessible to the public and you're more interested in talking to the
yeah,
fans. You know, that's always been like my criticism of the fighters from my era was it was just like they put up that wall between themselves and the public where it's like you don't get to know anything about me. There's not a lot of media around my fights. Like Terrence Crawford's a mystery as far as who he is as a person. You know what I'm saying?
super, super mystery. And like and I agree with that 100%. I feel like that's where like the guys who came out in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, the guys who like really started like making themselves known in the boxing world, like you said, there was a disconnect. And I feel like the disconnect came from like the boxing itself was losing popularity and these guys weren't as adept at using social media. And social
Wasn't
media wasn't
around.
even, yeah, I was about to say, it wasn't like a thing really. Like there was like some sites and stuff, but it wasn't really like how it is now?
Yeah, if you wanted to go to somebody's MySpace and see like them with a mirror pick with like Sean Paul playing in the background, but that was like
Yeah.
the only shit that there
Like
was.
the only thing, bro. Like it was really nothing, like you said, bro. So I mean, they kind of suffer from that. They definitely suffer from that.
I think a lot of them felt like
Crazy.
maybe a little shorted by Floyd too, where it was just like Floyd didn't give a lot of the young guys their opportunity. And so, guys like Keith and Errol and whatever, like they don't feel as obligated to be like I had to earn my shit, you have to earn your shit. You know what I mean? As opposed to just making the best fights.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Boxing became too. I think that's what really messed it up too. It kind of became too much of a business. Boxing isn't boxing anymore, man. And it's not what it once was, and I definitely see it going back to that. It's in its own sense. But at the end of the day, one thing that will never change is that money talks, bro. You feel me? So guess what? Although a lot of us young fighters may be like, yo, I want to make this fight, I want to do this, I want to do that. Your promoter may say, well, listen, we'll discuss it. Well, listen, let's see what the best price they can offer. Not understanding that, yo, if I beat this guy, the next fight that I get, I can say, yo, I want this amount of money, and they're gonna have to give it to me. You know,
Well, you're
and
thinking long money. You're thinking smart, right? Boxing is all
yeah,
short money.
boxing is all short money. But that's the thing; it wasn't like that before. It wasn't like that before. A lot of guys would just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take these little small fights." Not small fights, but take these little, not a small check, but take these small checks. Even Floyd Mayweather said it. Floyd was like, "Yo, bro, when I first went pro, when I first had my first belts, bro, I was just fighting. Like I was just building my resume. I was just fighting, taking the fights, working myself up to being a name." And they said, bro, after he fought that De La Hoya fight, that's when he was able to be like, okay, I'm dictating it. So the guy who laid out the blueprint even said, yo, you have to take these fights now and then go on to make the big money. Everybody wants to make 100 million one fight.
Right. And it took him 15 years to get to that point,
15
basically.
years to get to that point, bro. Yeah. There was a time when Floyd was cashing $1 million checks, $2 million checks, which is still great money. You
Right.
feel me?
Fuck, dude. I
Yeah,
mean,
like shit. I wouldn't complain. But bro, like 1 million to 100 million is a whole different ball game.
well, I think people, it's like there's also the thing of like in all the short money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think a lot of guys or even a lot of managers, whoever it is that makes there's a lot of different people that make these decisions. I think there's this mentality of like, well, I'll take 10 million for a fight that I know I'll win over a $15 million fight that's definitely 50-50, that's a legacy fight, but there's way more risk. Like they'd rather
Yeah,
take the 5 mil less to keep the train going as opposed to taking the 15
no, I
million dollar
understand that.
risk.
I understand that 100%. And I mean, end of the day, we're all fighters, so I can never tell a dude what to do and what not to do. You feel me? But it definitely takes the edge off of the sport and makes it feel less authentic. You feel me?
That's why when fucking Frank and Michelle made their fight, I was like, yo, that's what it's about, bro.
You got some real
Two,
shit, yeah.
two young guys that are taking that risk for real and they don't need to.
Didn't really didn't need to. There was no need. But you know what I seen one time with Top Rank? They fought Kenny Sims and Elvis Rodriguez.
Great fight.
Great fight. After Elvis lost, they cut him off the roster completely. So that one, and he ended up getting picked up by another great promotion. I don't know if the loss was the exact reason why they cut him off, but that's just bad precedence for another young fighter to see. Like myself, I see that and I'm like, damn, if you lose, there's a possibility they cut you off, you know? I'm not saying that I worry about that because I just make sure I won't lose.
But it's
But
something to be aware of.
but it's something to be aware of, yeah. You feel me? And I that kind of plays into the fact of why fighters kind of say, okay, I'll take, like you said, this $10 million fight, easy money, versus this $15 million fight, whereas, like you said, 50-50 legacy fight, a whole lot more risk. For
Right.
me, be it for an extra $5 million, but I could make that same 10 the next fight and the next fight and the next fight after that.
Right. So that I bet at the end of the day, right, you take the $15 million fight and you win that fight, bro. The next one's 30.
30.
You know what
Easy.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the price goes up. You don't stay at that 10 million.
Nah, hell no. That shit is crazy to me, bro. And this whole boxing, it's literally like a monopoly, bro. You feel me?
Yep.
And I feel like what would serve boxing better because a lot of guys won't take this fight because of their reputation. In the UFC, bro, dudes is fighting. I don't. I think there's not a lot of undefeated dudes in the UFC.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, bro. But I respect that, bro. I respect UFC guys, MMA guys a whole lot, bro. Like a whole lot. Not only because the type of fighting that they're doing, bro. Because you couldn't pay me to do what the fuck they're doing, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll fight dudes up here, bro. But elbows and kicking, nah, bro. Like, not, bro. You're not paying me for that, bro. But I give them respect because they do that shit, and they're taking tough fights even after they lose, they're taking a tough fight.
Yeah.
Fucking McGregor took like 3-4 tough fights in a row. Lost majority of them, but they took them.
Yeah. And I think also too, when guys do that in boxing and it doesn't go their way, it's not like the fans always respect it. Like to like a perfect example to me would be like Amir Khan, where Amir was a great fighter, but he fought Bud, he fought Canelo, you know, he
Yeah,
fought Danny Garcia, he fought
yeah.
legends. And when he stepped up to fight legends, he would lose. But he was the guy with the balls to fucking be like, yo, I'll
Do
take
it
this
though.
guy.
Yeah, I'm taking the shot.
Even like a
Even,
Gabe Rosado.
even like a Gabe Rosado, bro. A Gamboa.
Exactly. Perfect
Like,
example.
bro, and these guys are not like bums. Like Amir Khan, couple division world champion, right? Like in
Amir
two.
was a fantastic fighter. He just when he
Yeah,
fought elite guys, he lost.
there was a point in time where a lot of people thought Amir Khan would beat Floyd Mayweather.
Sure.
And what you call it? After that, he took a couple laws, he got knocked out, and his chin was really the downfall to him. But to your point though, people wasn't respecting it, bro. You feel me? And that's really where it all boils down to respect. Why
Yeah.
would I risk myself and risk this if none of you guys are gonna respect it? You feel me? Like it makes no sense. And it's
Which
frustrating as a fighter, bro.
I guess that's why I fuck with Amir though, because he was always
Yeah,
down to throw down. And I also think like most fans, bro, I don't think they care about the record that much. Like I don't think less of Elvis Rodriguez because he lost to Kenny Sims. I know he's a badass fighter. So when
yeah,
I see him on TV, I'm gonna tune in. I don't really care what his
yeah.
record.
Like,
Same
bro,
with you.
it's the Floyd Mayweather effect, bro. You know, Floyd, you feel me? He did so much for the sport on a business level, even on a skill level, because now almost all the guys in my era, we kind of look up to him. Feel me? Even the dudes who came like 5 years before me, like the Shakurs and the Haneys and those guys, those guys took Floyd's blueprint and just they ran with it. You
Yeah.
feel me? And we're just kind of in line to do the same thing.
Which is
You feel
ironic though, because in that era, Floyd wasn't the only guy getting paid, dude. Manny was getting paid.
me? He was getting
Cotto
paid.
was Cotto was getting
He was getting
paid.
bread.
You know,
You
and they
feel
all
me?
had losses.
And they all have losses. It's just the way how Floyd was just a larger than life personality that just like stuck out the most. I feel like second behind him was probably Pacquiao because he controlled fucking the Philippines, bro, and became senator or some shit.
Yeah,
And
bro.
yeah, like some real crazy shit. But that's the thing; these guys are larger than life personalities. Even Miguel Cotto, like you mentioned, Puerto Rico. Like that's his country, bro. Like they're really supporting him no matter what. So he's like a larger than life type of guy for them.
Did you ever get to go to a Cotto fight? Are you old
Nah,
enough?
bro, nah, nah. I was old enough, bro, but I missed out though.
So you remember because I was at the Berlanga Rolls fight. You remember the vibes at that, the New Yorican vibes at that card?
Yeah.
Picture that times 10 for a
Oh my
Kodo fight.
God.
In the big room, like motherfuckers with like the bright colored suits on, like they're from Casino. Like it was straight, like going to a Kodo fight was like a movie.
Oh my God.
Like when I went to Kodo Malinaji, the mixture of like the New Yorkers and then like the mafioso Italian guys and just everything, it was
Yeah,
like, bro,
that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
that shit was a movie, bro. And people don't even understand that Paulie was like a swagged out dude back then.
Nah, yeah. What's this like 07, 06?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, yeah. It was different. I was like 4 years old, bro.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess I was like 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so obviously you're a guy that turned pro really young, and a lot of times as fans, we don't like I don't think I could count on one hand how many fighters I've seen, almost all of their fights, the way I have with you, just from you turning pro in the bubble and everything. You know, there's different kinds of young fighters, right? There's guys like Manny and Canelo that when they're your age, they're still very much a work in progress. And then there's young fighters who are like Mike Tyson or like Fernando Vargas, where it's like they're that young phenom, but it doesn't last as long. If you could detail, this is how I want my career to go. If everything went perfectly for you, how would that go?
It's hard for me to say. Feel me? Like, cause if everything went how I wanted it to go, I'd probably be like, I feel like I'm underappreciated a lot, man. And
I agree.
I don't really feel a way about it because end of the day, I know that eventually that the more you keep pushing, the more you keep working, you'll get to those belts. And once you
It's
have
because you're
those
young,
belts,
bro. It's because
yeah,
you're young.
trust me, bro. There's guys who are like, there's guys who are like, thing. Uh, for example, there's a lot of dudes, bro. And I'm not knocking nobody. You feel me? Eh, I'd be happy when I see young guys get like attention just like that because I know, like, now I know him, bro. Oh yeah, now he's doing his thing. That's good, and I know I'm doing my thing, whether that be under the radar or not. I know I'm doing my thing, and I know I'm working towards my goal too. So I don't really mind it. But truth be told, I feel like, bro, I go under the radar a lot because like my fighting style is different, and I haven't really fought anybody yet. You feel me? So guys don't really respect my shit yet. They're like, eh. But if I had it my way, I feel like I'd have to fight somebody. That's why I really want to take it. I want to fight somebody that they hold in high regards, so I could like dismantle them. And then from there, they'd be like, oh shit, nah, he's serious. Nobody's going to take you serious if you're just
Bro,
being
that
there.
last guy you fought was a bad motherfucker, though.
He
Sanchez.
was cool. He was cool. I feel like they gave like I look at things like they gave me one here. Like they gave me one. He's a tough guy, but styles make fights. Stylistically, bro, I was gonna beat him 100 times. You feel
No,
me?
100%, 100%. I'm giving you credit for that, where it's like he's actually a
Oh,
pretty tough guy, and you're making it look easy. You know what I'm saying?
thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. For me,
It
but
wasn't.
I really want guys like. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I didn't view that as a gimme fight. You know what I'm saying? If somebody came in unprepared, that guy was
Yeah,
pushing
that
you
guy
the whole
beats them,
fight.
and that's a fact. Because he wasn't like just a completely easy fight. Like once I hit like round like 2, 3. Once I hit like round 3, I was like, okay, I got him now. But for the first 2 rounds, I had to be very like I had to really like kind of like get a full grasp of him to know how dangerous he really is. Once round 3 came and I started like really boxing him, and I was like, okay, I got this guy. He's nothing. He's good. Feel
I
me?
guess I guess the simpler way of putting it in a sense, like, or maybe you're taking it one day at a time and you're going with the flow. But do you see yourself as like here for a good time or for a long time? Like, do you see yourself as a pro into your 30s? Do you see like, oh, I'm gonna have a 10-year career, get out nice and young? Like,
I,
if you had it your way.
if I had it my way, I see myself. I don't really know yet. I get conflicted when it comes to shit like this. Because like boxing, me and boxing, you have like a very love hate relationship type of thing. You feel me? And boxing means the world to me. It means the most to me, and I feel like my life won't be complete if I don't accomplish this shit. Like I feel like I really just want to get a world championship and then see where my mind goes from there. You feel me? Because end of the day, like I really don't see myself quitting boxing or retiring from boxing until I get a world championship. That all depends on when I get a world championship. You feel me? And then when I get a world championship, will I have that hunger to say, yo, bro, I'm going I'm going for this. I'm going for 3 divisions. I'm going for 5 divisions. When I first started boxing, my first one pro, I was like, yo, I'm trying to beat Manny Pacquiao's record or tie it at least. I was trying to make 140 just so I could get that extra division,
Right.
counting myself at 140 going all the way up to heavyweight. I was like motivated. I was like, yeah, this is what we're doing. You feel me? You know? And but as you get older, as you kind of like understand the business a lot more, you see a lot of things aren't as likely as you would love them to be. Um, and you kind of have to take what you get. But when you get these opportunities, you have to really step on them and really make it known, like, yo, this really matters to me. You feel me? And that's it. So I can't really answer that until I get a chip.
I mean, that's a good goal to have in mind, bro. And you're gonna get there so much quicker than some other guys. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're active and you fight 4 or 5 times a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. You feel me? And I'm happy about that because a lot of dudes they don't get to fight that many times a year. A lot of dudes, man, some guys fight like once a year.
That's a fact, bro. And inactivity is a huge problem in boxing right now.
It's a huge problem in boxing, bro.
One of
Hey,
the other one of the other things I was gonna ask you, right? The last because again, like I said, you're one of the few guys where I feel like I've seen the vast majority of your fights just from them being on TV. I feel like
mm,
in your last 2 fights, particularly the Sanchez fight, you found like a flow that I don't know that I had seen you before. Everybody sees the talent, everybody sees your speed and your power and your footwork. Like
yeah.
everybody sees that. But there was something about your game the last 2 fights that I felt like you found a flow. Did you feel that? Is that something you're aware of, or was it just like, all right, I'm finding my shit?
It's something I was aware of. Like, at
You were looking smooth that last one, bro.
yeah, what's so crazy, bro? That last one, bro. I was the most doubtful I've ever been in myself for a fight because
Mm,
I just came off of a surgery on my hand, on my left hand. I had surgery on it, and I wasn't boxing. I was training. Don't get it fucked up. I was training, but I wasn't punching. I wasn't boxing. I wasn't really doing much until like legit like 3 weeks out from the fight. And even in my sparring sessions and stuff, I didn't really look the best because I was mad rusty and I was just kind of like trying to go through the motions. Now I know, like going into a fight, now I know that I'm gonna win. Like every time I fight, I know I'm gonna win. Whether it be a dog fight or it be a box, I know I'm winning. I'm not walking out here with a loss. But this fight was just like, man, I'm gonna see what the vibes is. And then I get in the ring, bro, and I just start boxing. Once I hit like round 3, like and even my fight beforehand, like once I like started hitting the guy, like round 2, the fight before the Sanchez fight, round 2, it was like, okay, I'm good now. Now, okay, now I'm good. I'm comfortable now. That's it. That's the main word I'm looking for. Comfortable.
did you ever hear the Bruce Lee quote about like be like water?
That's exactly what I did. Everything
That
that
was what it felt like. It was like you were just taking what was presented to you and just kind of rolling with it.
Yeah, yeah. And that's like the way how I look at it. I do that a lot, man. A lot of guys they knock me for like not getting knockouts and stuff. But like to be honest though, bro, like yo, one of the greatest dudes like to ever do any type of martial arts literally said, "Yo, bro, be water, bro. Like just take what's given to you." Just like you said, take what's given to you. So I don't even mind that. I'd be like, bro, niggas not in the ring fighting for you, bro. They're not taking a single punch from you. Why does it matter, bro?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think honestly too, like to me, it's just as impressive to watch a guy try to hit you and swing at air than watching you try to be super aggressive. I'm gonna go get this knockout real quick and da da da. Like that shit is cool, but if you like, you're already learning all the nuances of the game so early.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another blessing I'm happy about, I really have like time is really on my side here. It's just up to me to make sure I take advantage of it. That's it.
What do you attribute like because it's very rare that as fans we see fighters as young as you that like you're obviously a mature dude, your game is pretty sophisticated for a guy your age. What do you attribute all of that to?
My upbringing. For me, like I didn't have like a bad childhood. Like, you feel me? Regular childhood, more or less. I matured a lot faster than a lot of people though, just from like my surroundings and just like the people in my life, things like that. You feel me? My environment, So just feel like that, and I feel like that what attributes I attribute that to just not my boxing style, but to my life, and being able to adjust and learn on the fly. Like I mentioned, I moved around a lot, so you kind of have to be able to like adjust. You feel me? Right. That's really what it is.
Yeah, because I mean, there's guys where you could see that their boxing game is there, but maybe as a person they're not as much there, or even the reverse, where they're like mature as a person, but their
The
game
skills is not there.
hasn't caught up to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel like you really, for a 19-year-old guy, bro, you really have both kind of going for you right now.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
So when I met you,
Mm-hmm.
you had just weighed in and you didn't
Yep.
make welter, and you were like, yeah, my body just fucking rejected it this time. Is welterweight something you've been having trouble with for a while, or did you like hit a growth spurt in camp where it was just like, I'm just not gonna make it anymore?
You know what it is? Like I've struggled with making welterweight for like the since I've been trying to make welterweight since I was like 16, like 16. I'm about to be 20 next month. So boom. I was it was easy at first, making 147, that was nothing. And then COVID happened, and then I was making weight so since 2020, I would say. So really for like the past 2 years, I've really had issues with making 147. But the weird thing is, bro, it wouldn't seem like issues, bro, because it stems back from when I was fighting as an amateur and I was fighting at 138. And I was planning on moving up from 138 back in 2018. I was planning on moving up to 145. I ended up winning a tournament and it like fucking like locked me in at that weight, bro. My plan was to move up right after the tournament, bro. Bro, they locked me in. Me not knowing that I could say, bro, fuck you guys, I'm moving up. I like stayed there. And then lo and behold, bro, I win a fucking national championship. Now they have me on Team USA at 138, but my body is like screaming for me to move up.
Right.
Bro, I go to fucking where the fuck did we go? Hungary, my nigga. I had to make I had to cut 10 pounds every night for that tournament. Every night. I didn't go to sleep at all for those 3 straight nights. Feel me? I get off the plane 10 pounds over. I fucking make the bathroom a steam room in a way. Like I turn on the hot water and I like put towels underneath the door. I put sweat sweat on. I put on mad jackets and I just sweat out. Just keep sweating.
Oh,
Like,
it's my
bro,
nightmare, bro.
3 nights straight. And every time, bro, each time I didn't make weight up until right when it was weighing time. So weighing times was 6 a.m. I would stay up from like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. just making weight. And I wouldn't make it until right before weigh-ins. And I'd make it by like point 0.2 or on the dot every time. So that's where it really stemmed from. Then after that tournament, my next 2 tournaments, I failed to make weight both times. Feel me?
Right.
And I've been like forcing myself to try to make this weight. I was trying to fight at 141, bro. Bro, I was at a national tournament, bro, and like I was like in the corner, like fucking shaking because of how much the weight cut drained me, you know. And I still won that fight that same night. I broke the kid's ribs,
Right.
but the next day though, bro, I didn't get to fight. Why? I couldn't make weight no more. My body was just stuck at 142. No matter what I did, it was just stuck. And then after that, that's why I had like a vendetta going into 2020. Like, you know what, bro? I didn't make weight, but watch, I'm gonna move up to 152 and I'm a fucking win every tournament this year, and I'm gonna become amateur fighter of the year. Then fucking COVID happened, and then now pro being a whole different ball game. I'm not gonna go 154 at pro, especially my body before. Like now, my body's more mature. I'm much stronger, but but then no, like hell no. Like I was too frail. No, yeah.
Are you excited to fight at 154?
I see a lot of knockouts. Like, cause I'm really strong, but every time that everybody sees me is like I be weight deprived, and I didn't notice that until this fight that just happened that didn't get to happen, I should say, when I was cutting weight and like I looked at myself at 151 and like ironically, bro, what's so crazy? Last camp was the best camp that I had in terms of my diet, my lifestyle and like just everything. The main thing I could say that I lacked on from last camp that I wish that I had did more was sleep more and drink a little more water. but I wasn't like wilding like with fast food or partying. I wasn't doing any of that. I was just chilling, bro, and just taking it day by day. And I had my nutritionists. And even when I was struggling to make 151, even when I was fucking dried out, like when my mouth was like dried and shit, bro, I still felt okay. Like my body still had meat on it. Like I still felt strong. Like if I looked at myself in the weigh-ins pictures that they took when I didn't make weight, bro, I never looked better. I never felt better.
Right.
So that's when I knew automatically, yo, bro, when I go to 54, it's really over. It's really
Yeah, I
gonna be
mean, I'm kind of excited to see you up there too, because especially hearing all these stories, it's like I feel like people haven't even gotten to really see everything that you could do yet.
bro. They haven't even seen the nail. The last performance you seen with the Sanchez fight, bro. Between me and you, bro, it was, bro. That was my base. That was like my okay, bro. I gotta go bullshit something today. Like it's like you have a deadline for a project, and it's like, okay, I gotta go bullshit some shit. That's what I did. I just went in there and just boxed.
I feel like there's a lesson in that though, bro, where it's like if you don't like overthink something real crazy and you just kind of trust in your abilities,
Yeah,
sometimes that's when shit goes best. Like when I'm watching you in that fight, I'm thinking like, wow, he's really just going with the flow. He's not trying to push the fight unless the guy
every
starts backing
time,
up. Even the fight before against I can't remember the dude before.
DeAndre.
Yeah, DeAndre Smith, you came out aggressive, bro. You came out fucking, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go for this guy, and you look good. But in the
yeah.
Sanchez fight, there was something about how like you just took
The
everything he
comedy of
gave
it.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, bro. And it just goes to show, like, for myself, what that fight showed me is like, and I appreciate you, man. Thank you for like that. You feel me? But after that fight, it really showed me because the fight beforehand, right? I like I have like a Michael Jordan type of complex where I don't know if you know about it. When Michael Jordan wore number 45 and he played, I forgot who he played. He played somebody in the playoffs and they lost that game. And then they were like, yo, Jordan in 45 isn't the same as Jordan in 23.
yeah.
And he fucking threw on the 23. I have that same type of mentality of like, okay, well, I'll see you guys next time, type of thing. What you call it? The fight before the one in June where I stopped the guy, it wasn't a good performance. However, again, weight cut, that was my probably my one of my worst weight cut experiences. And what you call it? It just the guy was tough, and I feel like I outboxed him, and I was figuring things out as I went along, and I learned a lot from that fight, so I was happy. But a lot of the guys, they weren't really impressed and stuff like that, and I understood why they weren't impressed. I'm not saying they should have been impressed, but after that, I was like, okay, well, I'll see you guys next time. And I just went and I just started getting really, really, really strong, and I just really started practicing the basics and fundamental things I need to sharpen up on. And then when I came out in June, I was just like, really like, just like, I'm gonna make a fucking statement today. And then and also June 18th, my one of my favorite rappers, X Tentacion, the
Mhm.
rapper, yeah,
Of
he
course.
died on that day. So that he's one of my favorite rappers. So I also felt like I needed to make like a feel me. I don't know if you listen to him, but I came out to his song, fucking I'm sipping tea in your hood. And that shit is like that shit gets me like, bro, I can run a marathon with that shit. Yeah,
Who's what's give me the Jahi Tucker gym playlist right now.
bro, so much, bro. I can't even, bro. It's all right. Right now, I'll
Give
give
me
you my,
yeah,
my playlist right
give me
now.
the top couple joints.
I'll give you my playlist right now. Right now, my playlist. I mean, a lot of the guys you would probably wouldn't really know because like they're like SoundCloud dudes, and they're like, you feel me? And
Shout them out, bro.
oh yeah, okay, cool. You got fucking my son Can. It's just very like SoundCloud S type of music. You feel me? But the beats and the flows and everything is just beautiful. It reminds me of my style. Like it's just flowing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Um, then you got Lucky, similar to Can. You have Baby Tron. He's this guy from Detroit who he could rap his ass off. He's like the new age Eminem type of thing. Um, you got, of course, you got Lil Baby, of course. Feel me? You got Dirk, of course. Young Boy, of course. And it's a lot of different guys, man. A lot. Like I love music. You feel me? I listen to a lot of different music.
You fuck
Word.
with Griselda?
Griselda is tough. I haven't like listened to him like on an album of like by myself, but I was like in the gym when somebody else was playing his album, and I was like, "Yo, who?" is this nigga? Yes.
It's three dudes. It's three dudes.
It's three of them.
Yeah, it's a group.
Okay. Yeah, but them niggas be talking. You know who else be talking, bro? Benny the Butcher.
Benny's from Griselda.
Oh, he's from Griselda.
Benny the Butcher's in Griselda.
Explains a lot. Okay, explains a lot.
Bro, he's fucking nasty, bro.
Different. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I listen to a lot of like I used to listen to a lot of like old school rap too, you feel me?
Yeah.
And shit like that. And underground old school rap. Like, you know MF Doom, right?
Bro, that's my childhood right there.
Bro, that nigga is official. Yo,
R.I.P. bro. R.I.P. the
R.I.P.
legend.
Yeah, R.I.P. Madlib, bro.
That shit killed me.
Yeah, bro. You feel me? Capital Steez. He's one of my favorite rappers. I've been listening, this last week, bro. I've been listening to like my old favorites, the 1999 Joey Badass, fucking Capital Steez,
The
fucking
Capital
Madlib.
Steez video where he's watching TV and the shit's
Yeah, the
like all
Free the
this.
Robots.
Oh my god, dude, that video
Art,
was so genius.
art, bro. And I
Yeah,
feel like a lot of guys, we'll never get to really replicate that ever, bro. Of course, there'll be something of their own essence, but Capital Steez, he was a genius, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And it's unfortunate that he killed himself,
I
but he was
know,
a genius,
man.
bro. He was a genius.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Joey Badass album, dude. I forgot the song he did with DJ Premier did the beat. That was my
bro.
jam.
Unorthodox.
Oh, dude, that was my fucking joint, bro.
Fucking bro. Those guys, like, it's really like legendary, bro. Like music now. Of course, it has its own legendary type of thing. I kind of like I I appreciate music a lot more now because of those guys. Because of like even Kendrick Lamar, fucking J. Cole, crazy. Like even bro, Logic like 2013, 2014, 2015, crazy.
Yeah, the album where he's got Frank Sinatra on the cover.
Yes, bro.
That shit is
That's
a
when he was
banger.
like badass, bro. And
Yeah,
fucking
Logic had some game, bro.
niggas be forgetting, bro. I don't know. It's just when time goes by, I guess people just don't really recall, you know?
I think what it is too, right? Over in the corner of my room, I have a CD tower filled
Mm,
with CDs from throughout my childhood. And
mm.
so if I go to my CD tower, I'm reminded of everything, like everything I bought. There's a when did I buy it? What store was I at? Now it's all right here. So
Yeah.
there's less ways to like
Right.
remember all the albums.
Remember.
I'm not looking through a
True.
physical crate of records or CDs being like, oh, I remember this album. And now I go through all my artists
That's
and
true.
scroll through. It's less
Yeah.
personal.
Less authentic, you know? Like you said, less personal. Like, cause I even experienced that right there where, bro, like I said, I've always been a big music guy since I was a kid. But like I was making a playlist one time of like my all-time favorite songs. And bro, I missed out so much music.
Of
Why?
course. Yeah.
Because I never really went to the store to buy albums and stuff. My entire life listening to music was like all on YouTube and then eventually SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, shit like that. But I didn't think of it like that. You're 100% right. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, I just have this physical representation of my musical journey up until whatever 2008 or 2010. But
Yeah.
my whole childhood, I have a record of it, and I have a
Word.
physical.
That's beautiful right there.
But
I need to.
that's
I
not
want
as
to do that.
common.
It's not as common. I want to actually, I'm gonna show you something that I hold very dearly. I just got this too. All right, I'm trying to build like a collection of my things that I like enjoy. So I'm trying to build my collections. Whether that be clothes and shit like that. I have this Goodfellas poster signed by Henry Hill.
Damn,
They got.
bro.
Hold on, I'm about to flip the camera for you. I just want to take this shit off. I won it in an auction, like literally like 2 weeks ago. And this is like my first actual like thing that I say, okay, bro, like I'm
Are you a
gonna
mafia movie guy?
bro, I love mafia movies, bro. Hold up. Let me flip the camera for you. Here we go, bro. Right here. Signed by Henry Hill.
That shit is hard, bro.
Yeah, bro. Good looking, bro. I'm really trying to like build like a collection here, bro.
That shit is fire, bro.
Good looking, bro. The other day, I had won this auction for this Muhammad Ali. The same fight up there, Ali, the Rumble in the Jungle. However, it was a replica ticket to the fight and like a little paragraph thingy and like a picture of the fight, and it was fire. I won the auction. I just never got to actually go pick it up, and I think the guys like left with it. They never told me they were leaving it. I didn't pay for it yet, so I think they just took it.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, so I was a little tight. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, all of my shit was just eBay. I never like that they weren't super expensive or anything. They were just all like collector's items that there were like this one, there was not a lot of these left when I got it. You know what I mean? There was like a couple left.
Yeah,
It was all just eBay shit.
yeah.
And I also, bro, my big thing when I was a kid too, because DVDs were still a thing. I would be finding all of these websites where it'd be like all the fights dot web. You know what I'm saying? And you go on and they'd have like fucked up bootleg DVDs with like the name written in Sharpie. And I bought Roy Jones's whole career. I was
Jesus
like
Christ.
I was like 13 and I got this stack of CDs and it had like RJ number 3 in Sharpie on it. And I remember I was just like, I just watched Roy's whole career in like a month. I was just like, all right, disc 3, disc 4. Like I just kept popping them shits in, bro.
Just back to back to back. I had something like that. But again, like it was a YouTube playlist. It was fucking with Floyd Mayweather and all his fights. From like at the time he was at like number 46. So this is when I was a kid. I was probably like what 2013, 14. So like I'm like watching these tapes because like this is when I'm like really into boxing. I'm really trying to be because Floyd Mayweather really inspired me to box. Like we in this points and times where our stories are similar, in terms of how he grew up, how I grew up. There's points where our stories are both similar. So I seen that and I was like, yo, if he could make this out of his story, bro, I could make a great time out of my story too. Feel me? And I would literally like be like just so intrigued just to like being like this nigga, bro. And I would sit there and I watched all of his fights, bro, from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. Just like just letting it run, you feel me? I never got to finish all of them actually. I think I the part that I'm missing out, because I've watched almost every Floyd fight, the parts that I'm really missing out, I'd say, are from like some of his fights from like 1999 up to I'd say 2004,
So
5
this
maybe.
one, this one.
Because I've seen Castillo. I seen two of the Castillo fights, but some of the fights in between that time period I missed.
Bro, this is the one time he lost, bro. He's 49-1 in my book.
49-1. I agree. That the first Castillo fight, I don't think he won that one. And Floyd's my guy.
Even if he was 49-1, he's still one of the best of all time, but he's 49-1, bro. He didn't win that fight.
49-1. And it's so crazy because a lot of people don't know this. One of my coaches, he passed away, but he's the one he got me. He really got me into like boxing. When I first got into the boxing gym, bro, I didn't really go there to like, yeah, I want to be a boxer. It was just a matter of, okay, bro, I'm here. So I mean, like, fuck it, you know. Then Coach Kenny, he would have like film studies and shit like that. Like on Fridays, he would like we wouldn't train, we would just watch films. And the first fight that I seen from Floyd Mayweather was Floyd versus Diego Corrales.
Oh,
And
man.
yeah, bro, and that shit was like it was just like different, bro. Different. It was different. Like that fight was one of the greatest performances ever.
It really was, man.
Yeah.
It was billed as such a 50-50 fight, and then he just smoked
And
him.
it wasn't, bro. And it really wasn't like at all, bro.
Outside of Floyd, who were some of the guys coming up that were like inspirations for you, guys that you tried to emulate?
Bro, so many guys, man. Even whether that be in their fighting styles themselves, their mentalities, the training types, you feel me? Bro, it goes back to the history of the whole sport, bro. Like I'm gonna start off my favorite. I'm gonna give you my top 10 favorite fighters, all right? And that is a little bit different than my top 10 influential fighters, but they're pretty much the same though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like I'd say like at number 10, no, at number one, I gotta go with I gotta say Floyd. You feel me?
Sure.
just because how much he meant to me, and I grew up in that era type of thing. Cool. Number two, I have to go with as my favorite Marvin Hagler. You feel me? Because he was just tough, bro, and he was just Marvin Hagler made me really want to be like a fighter. Floyd made me want to box and make bread off of it. Marvin Hagler made me want to fucking get up at 4 a.m. in the morning in the blistering cold and go run 10 miles.
Yeah, with a fucking big gash on your forehead.
Fucking big gash on my forehead, bro. Yo, fucking number three, I got Roberto Duran. Feel me? Because again, like he was just a menace and just all those guys are just killers. That's what I really get from those guys. Like when you're in this sport, you gotta really be a killer. You gotta be a cold-hearted assassin because the other guys, if he gets you hurt or he senses any weakness for it, he's gonna exploit it.
Yeah.
The
Durant
force
was that guy where it's like I could beat you, but unless I humiliate you, it's not a win.
doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of get that. I kind of get that from him, but I use it in different ways. You feel me?
Sure.
There's times where it's like I like to stand there and brawl. Sometimes there's times where I like to stand there and fight in close and fucking catch 100 different things. And that is the beauty of boxing too. It's beautiful in that sense. But there's also times where I could just run around and outbox you, bro. Like Pernell Whitaker, he's number 4 for me. He's like, bro, he's to me. I think Pernell Whitaker is the greatest defensive fighter of all time. You know,
Right up there.
yeah. There's only he's at least top 3, at least. Number 5, I gotta go Lomachenko. Again, type of thing where it was the time period that I'm in, not only. And bro, looking back throughout all of history, when I go back and I watch all the dudes throughout history, and like every fighter, bro. And I've done it, bro. Like where I watch Lomachenko, then I go back and watch everybody, bro. There is nobody like Lomachenko in history, bro. Like
One of a kind. One of a
bro,
kind.
and I hate when people try to like slander him and act as if he's like normal or like overhyped, bro.
You remember
Bro,
how many people said Rigondeaux was gonna smoke him? I was like, bro, you're fucking
bro,
bugging.
bro. I knew Lomachenko was gonna beat Rigondeaux. I didn't think like that though. I
Nope.
thought it was going to be a much closer fight, like, skill wise. Of course, he's bigger than him, so I knew he was going to, like, muscle him and stuff, but I thought it was going to be much closer. Yo, he went there and completely fucking, he assaulted this nigga, bro. With
Easy
a
word.
jab, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking jab.
Yeah. Easy word.
Yo, bro. It's funny when I think about it, bro, because there was a point in time when nobody would mention Lomachenko's name. Not a motherfucking soul, bro.
It's a lot of times it's just like Americans don't want to give people from other countries their props.
Yeah.
That's
But
part of it.
I understand that, bro. But bro, there was a point in time where when a reporter would be like, "Hey, so what do you think about a fight with you and Lomachenko?" And everybody's response was, "Well, I got to talk to my team, and you guys
Yep.
would be like, bro, there was a fucking thumbnail one time. I think ESU shot it when Lomachenko was supposed to fight Rigondeaux again. Fucking and Lomachenko was like, he gave the most Russian response possible. I know he's not Russian, he's Ukrainian, but you just know he's Eastern European from this response. He was like, I am going to destroy him like a tank.
Yeah, and he also had that thing like the what's his name? Nicholas Walters, a couple other guys where he just embarrassed you so bad, like he's not even beating you up that bad. He's just kind of making your head spin so bad that you just quit. And he did
Bro,
that multiple times.
there was a stretch where he had like 4 guys quit, not stop them, but
Yeah.
he made them quit on the stool. That's know how hard it is to make a fighter quit, and you're not even like beating them to the point where his corner's like, okay, no more. He's beating you into submission, bro, into where it's like, take the knee. Feel me? And
Yeah.
people don't understand the beauty of that, bro. It's crazy. It's
Just
real
destroying
crazy,
somebody's pride, not even their body, just destroying their pride.
bro. Mentally hurting mentally, physically, because some people can only take so much damage.
Yeah.
Yo, mentally, like stripping you of your will to fight, bro. That means something.
Walters never fought again, dude. He literally was like, I think I'm done boxing now, even though I'm 30.
Bro, and I'm Jamaican, okay? So me and my dad are listening to Walter's Corner, And bro, we're fucking hysterical because if you all right, basically what they're telling him is like they're like, yo, bro, like, what's wrong? Like, bro, you're letting it go. Come on, fight. And Walter's just out of it. Like, he's just like, by round 4 or 5, you can look in his eyes and like his response to what they're saying. You just know he's just like, bro, I don't even know if I want to even do this again. You know?
He literally quit boxing, son. He wasn't old
A
at
bus
all.
driver. Bro, he was a world champion, undefeated. Took that one loss to Lomachenko.
He knocked
Bro,
out Nonito Donaire, and this guy just easy work.
bro, Bro, Lomachenko turned him into a bus driver, bro. He literally went back to Jamaica and started driving buses, bro. I swear to God.
It's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, but Lomachenko, Sugar Ray Leonard, of course, he's just a fucking legend. All those Kings guys. The only 4 Kings that I do not have in my top 10 is Tommy Hearns. Only because that nigga is the most unclutched nigga in history, bro.
Yeah, he does kind of get the short end of the crazy fight.
Bro, he sells every time, bro. Like, you know what really blew me, bro? When he sold the Sugar Ray Leonard fight, the first one, he sold crazy. All he realistically had to do was just move around. He had the distance, but he decided to like he just started kind of underestimating Sugar Ray at around like round 11, 12.
He's also the only guy to kind of smoke Duran, though.
That's why he's great. But then again, what version of Durant is that? Like,
True.
which of course, end of the day, history is history. He beat Durant, and Durant is a fucking name, so I gotta give him that. However, his win over Durant doesn't overshadow the 2 moments where he sold, and he was about to stop Marvin Hagler, and he gets knocked out by some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just bad luck. Can't get mad at him. After Sugar Ray Leonard though, Sugar Ray Robinson, all time great. And at number 10 for me, I'd say Muhammad Ali in terms of my favorite fighters, only because we always know about Ali, but he was never really one of my favorites in terms of skill wise and shit like that. But bro, what I learned from Ali wasn't necessarily his skill when he was younger. It was like that dog that he had in him was different, bro. It was a different level of all these guys talk about having dog in them, but bro, nobody has the dog in them like Muhammad Ali, bro.
The other thing about him that I always kind of blew my mind is he looked like he was out of a time machine. I mean, when he went pro in the late 50s, early 60s, guys were still doing this fucking shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And this motherfucker came out bouncing on his toes, fainting, like real swaggy. To me, it's like he invented the modern style of boxing, like how to put a little swag into your movements and shit. Like he invented all of that.
He really did, bro. Like it's them. It's a couple guys that I give credit to for that. But Ali did it in like a way where he's literally the blueprint of of boxing now. Like I
He's the
go
first modern fighter.
first modern fighter. Yep, I go. I talk some shit. I tell you I'm gonna knock you out in whatever the fuck round. I go. I do it, and I do it for the next guy. But the difference between Ali and the guys who do it, a lot of guys who do it now, I should say, is that, bro, Ali was really a dog, bro. People don't remember. And one of his first early fights, I think it was fight number 17, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the exact name of the guy he fought, but he predicted he was going to knock this guy out. Tables turned. The guy ended up dropping Ali,
It was Henry
right?
Cooper.
Henry Cooper, yup. And Henry Cooper was before he won the chip, right?
Yep.
Yup. And people were like thinking like Ali was like gonna get fucking like shot down by Liston after that. And bro, Ali's entire story is just mad like motivational. And fun fact, bro, um, oh fuck, how could I forget, bro? I'm gonna have to make a swap out real fast. I actually swap out Pernell Whitaker, right, for Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean Roy was always my guy.
yeah, Roy's another nigga. I look at him like Lomachenko. Like I've never seen nobody in history like this nigga.
Yeah,
Like
there's a couple of guys like that, and Roy is one of them. Where it's like there's no way to replicate that. You can't teach that. There's no, you know what I'm saying?
bro. Like Roy was just literally like just crazy, bro. Like It was like out of a video game. It's like he was to me, he was like the equivalent to Mike Tyson in his prime.
Yeah,
To me.
Roy was the cheat code.
Yeah.
Roy's speed was the cheat code. Like you can't fuck with that, bro.
Not at all, bro. Like it's crazy, bro. Like and he would just do shit. Like he knocked some dude out with his hands behind his back. He fucking he made some guy have a seizure in the middle of the ring. That's some shit I would never forget seeing.
What when the guy's eyes roll in the back of his head?
Bro,
That
I
shit.
was like, when my dad showed me this shit on the phone, and I'm like, watch, like, okay, just another guy who can box. I see him hit him with an overhand. Boom! The dude is like dying, bro.
Yeah. I feel like I gotta ask because he's the only like modern guy you put in there.
Yeah.
He's Lomachenko's a little older now, and he's probably 34. He's always been on the smaller side for a lightweight. A lot of these young cats are big, strong guys. How do you think Lomachenko handles the new wave of guys, the Haneys and the Tanks, and a rematch with Teal? Like, how do you think he handles all these guys?
Well, it definitely depends. Lomachenko, he's not the same guy he used to be, you know? Age is age, you know, nobody beats Father Time. Uh I feel like he beats Haney simply because Haney doesn't have enough power to keep him off of him. Uh, I feel like a fight with him and Shakur is 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if Shakur beat him. I wouldn't be surprised if Loma beat him. I feel like he beats Tank. If Tank's only opportunity is for like the reason why I pick against Tank in a lot of these fights, right, is because like a lot of people kind of bank on the fact that Tank has power. You feel me? And throughout the history, and Tank has skills too. It's not like he doesn't have skills. He's like retardedly nice.
Yeah, he's not Wilder.
No, he's not Wilder. He's retardedly nice. I just don't think that he's better. I don't think he's a better boxer than Lomachenko. You know, like in terms of boxing. Like if me and you were to go skill for skill, bro, you're not fucking with me. That type of thing. And if your only real shot at beating me is power, I'm gonna bet against you every time because if that's still a big what if, you know, that's still a big okay. You have to land that shot. But I feel like in a couple of years, I think that all of them beat him. Give him like 2 3 years, because he's already getting older and he just came from like a war, so that already like took a big toll on his body.
I don't think people are factoring in like it's kind of amazing that Lomachenko and Usyk were able to even get in the ring this year. It's pretty wild.
Bro, really wild.
It's
Because I
crazy.
when you really sit down and think about it, bro, they were at war. Like this is not no fucking like on the block type of thing. I got a fucking pistol and hey, and you got a pistol. And I'm fucking like shooting, like ducking. I'm like, nah, bro. These niggas got 10 of my guys got fucking machine guns, assault rifles, bro. 10 of your guys got assault rifles. And now I have to fucking pick you niggas off while watching out for everybody else.
Well,
Like,
and you're in a place where like your homeland is literally
yeah,
occupied by another government and they don't care about you.
like real like movie type of things, bro. It's not like what niggas think is really a problem, bro. You know, it's not. It's really not. It's really different. Every like soldier, any soldier, no matter what army is, bro. You feel me? Like I got tremendous amounts of respect just because of the fucking environment that they're in. You know, it's
And
like,
especially having to defend your own shit. It's not, they're
yeah,
defending their own shit right now. It's
yeah,
really
this is their own shit. This
people
is the
people the fact that Usyk was able to get in and beat Joshua when he did, bro, people don't understand how special that is.
you know another thing too, bro. As a fighter, bro, when you take on like great tasks, things of that nature, a lot of times you don't really like think of it as anything because you just go living it day by day. But I know like when Usyk really sat down and like thought about everything he's accomplished really this year alone, like that's the making of a great man, you know? And people don't really like you said, a lot of people don't factor things like that in, but bro, they really should, bro. They really should, bro, because that's crazy.
Yeah, it's incredible, man.
Yeah.
Uh, what did
Mm.
you what did you think of Frank Martin beating up Michelle Rivera?
You know something? You know something, man? Frank Martin beat Michelle Rivera. I predicted Frank Martin to win that fight. Again, simply because I think he's just more of a dog, bro. You feel me? Cause I've sparred with Michelle Rivera, you feel me? He's not a bad fighter. He's not a bad fighter at all. But when I tend to look at how guys train. You know, I tend to look at how you train. And when I watch Frank Martin train, and I watch how he in his previous fight, things of that nature, and all the hype about him and stuff like that. When I hear hype behind you, and I look at how you train, if the training ethic matches the hype, bro, then I'm on board. I'm like, all right, now he's serious. Yeah, shit, you fight how you train. But um, I wasn't expecting it to be like an obliteration. Like I expected a little bit closer.
I thought I picked Michelle just because it's like I always thought his movements were really fluid. I like Frank a lot.
Yeah.
I just thought that I thought Michelle was going to have the better footwork, and where
Hmm.
I called the fight completely wrong is Frank dominated the fight with his footwork, and his game was much more sophisticated than
Yeah,
I knew.
bro. Like what I look at it is like when I first sparred with Michelle Rivera, right? I didn't really know it. I didn't really know who he was. I just kind of just like it was like I had like a tour type of thing. Like we just kind of went down south and we were just like we hit Texas, we hit Georgia, we hit Florida. And I seen him when we went to Florida. And I didn't even know who he was. I just kind of woke up and my dad was like, yo, we got sparring. I was like, all right, cool. So I went there, box, I did whatever. Cool. Then, after the sparring, I'm like, yo, what's your Instagram, bro? So I follow him on Instagram. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, this is him. Cool, cool, cool. Me saying that, though, is because, like, his skills didn't give me extraordinary. His, like, when we were in there, it didn't give me, like, oh, shit, nah, he's nice. He got to be somebody, you know? It just gave, like, he's a fighter. He's a good fighter. So it's like the aura as a fighter, it's the aura that you give off, bro. I could kind of tell how you gonna perform in certain situations. If you dig what I'm trying to say, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like I said with Frank Martin, when I watched him, when I was watching him like training and of course like little Instagram clips and shit like that, but I was still able to look from that. Like Cambosis, 4 years before Cambosis even won a world championship, and I was still an amateur, and I would see him on I would do this thing where at school I'd go to the library and I would like to sit there and just scroll through all the names of everybody on Team USA or everybody who's a world champion at the time 135 division. And I would just be like, I'm gonna have to fight this guy. I'm gonna have to fight this guy. And Cambosis came across and I seen a video of Cambosis training and I was like, I gotta start training harder. Feel me? Yeah. Like when I look at this shit, bro, I really I try to keep it as clear as possible, you know, how we gonna do this shit. But yeah, Frank
How
Martin, this thing.
I just thought it was incredible. He just showed so many more layers than I even knew he had. I thought it was a super impressive performance. And but when I pick a fight wrong and the other guy dominates, I kind of like that shit because it teaches me something. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you gotta know to look out for these kinds of things. Like
Yeah.
I thought Michelle was gonna be more mobile than he was, and Frank just had him in the right position. You know what I'm saying?
Again, though, like your prediction could have been right for real. You feel me? But it just be weird because I put it like this: if Michelle boxed on his terms and it was like actually like saying, "Yo, fuck whatever Frank is giving me, bro. I'm just gonna create and I'm gonna make him come to me." If he was fighting on his terms, I believe that the fight would have, even if Michelle didn't win, the fight would have been much, much closer and he could have had a better argument of winning, you know? I don't think he would have got dropped. Michelle is not like an offensive type of guy. He's kind of got how can I say? They kind of set him up for that. Because his last fight, he was like actually like scrapping with the dude. Before the Frank Martin fight,
Right.
he was
I
scrapping
remember.
with the guy. But he's not a scrapper though. That you can't scrap a dude like Frank Martin if you're Michelle Rivera. You feel me? Styles make fights, bro. Like, come on,
I thought
bro.
he was gonna do a way more Cuban style fight.
Way more Cubans.
I thought he was
Yeah,
gonna do like a Rigondeaux or a Frank Sanchez or a Lara and really get on the bike and kind of de-impact
move,
the fight. And he just kind of followed him. I was very surprised.
because he was trying to fucking satisfy the crowd.
Right.
Trying to fucking. That's why I don't do that bullshit. That's why
Yeah.
when I go in there, I just go off of what this is what I feel. Because now look at this. He went to go satisfy the crowd. He got put on his ass, and now everybody's looking at him saying he's not as good as he's supposed to be. In reality, he really is as good, but he just didn't fight his fight. So
Right.
you can't pay attention to the critics and even the fans sometimes. You know, I love them to death, but you can't really pay attention to the fans a lot.
People also don't understand, bro. He's 23. Also, he's also a very young guy.
Yeah, shit, man. And he'll be good though. He's gonna be fine. You know, he has a great coach. So like, he'll be good, bro. You feel me?
He should get up with Solace.
Solace to train him.
Yeah, bro. That if I had to pick somebody, like anytime I see somebody with Solace, I'm like, oh, okay, they're working on technique shit.
Yeah, bro. That's one thing I love about boxing too, bro. It's like a fucking you ever watch Naruto?
Yeah, a little bit back in the day. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hell yeah. Like, bro, like whenever like niggas need to learn something, they'll go see somebody. Like Naruto, for example. When Jiraiya died, he had to like learn Sage Mode for to go fight the pains or whatever. You feel me? Moral of the story is he went off to go train with these fucking frogs and they taught him some crazy shit. I'm just saying, in boxing is like that because you get to like travel around and meet different coaches and meet different styles and shit like that, you know?
Right. It's like when you hit that wall, it's like, all
Yeah,
right, now I have to figure out how to get around this wall or break through the
yeah,
wall or whatever. I just have to figure out, climb over the wall, whatever the fuck it is. And it's like you meet, all right, now I'm with fucking Master Roshi if you were a Dragon Ball
yeah, yeah,
like
exactly, just
now
like
I
that.
gotta go into the hyperbaric chamber for
Yeah,
years.
exactly, bro. Nah, it's crazy, bro. This shit really be like on some real anime type of shit, bro. I'm serious. Boxing shit is crazy.
Yeah, I always relate it, especially when I was little, and I would watch boxing. I'd always think about like all the Dragon Ball Z shit where they're fighting on a platform in the sky or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, bro. When I first like started, so I told you when I moved to Long Island and I didn't have a gym. So after a while, I kind of got frustrated. I was like, bro, I'm literally just gonna start training here. You feel me? We didn't even get to that point, bro. Bro, at one point, I quit boxing when I was like right before I moved to Long Island. I had lost a fight and I quit boxing because one, I wasn't fighting enough. Two, I felt like it was all pointless. I was like, bro. Three, I didn't even have a gym in Long Island, so it was like whatever. Then one day, I just sitting around. I was like, bro, I need to start fighting again, and I started fighting again. But at that point, though, I just started training in my basement, right, right out there in the living room. You feel me? So like the carpet had like little squares on them, right? And I would use the squares as like footwork measures and practice movement and stuff. Because before like anything, my footwork was like trash. Like I didn't really have good footwork. I always just was just good at throwing punches, and I had like good like head movement and shit like that. You know. But I would practice using those squares. I practice foot placement. I would do like workouts. I started studying Bruce Lee, like his like own workouts like that. I didn't get to that point, but I improved. And fucking eventually, if what crazy, it all worked out eventually.
This is so random, but do you know who Charlie Bronson is?
Charlie Bronson, no, who that?
So there was a movie made like I don't know, maybe 15 years ago with Tom Hardy,
Mm.
Charles called Bronson, and
Mm-hmm.
there was this guy in England, and he spent the vast majority of his life in prison. Never killed anybody, but was just like a I just get into fights wherever I go.
Mm.
I fuck this dude up over here, they put me back in. I fuck this dude up over here, they put me back in. And he wrote while he was in prison or one of his stints in isolation,
Mm-hmm.
he wrote this whole book about how to work out with limited space, like with
Mm.
tiny spaces, like how to do a full body workout in a prison cell,
Mm.
essentially. And he's fucking doing pull-ups on the fucking ceiling, and he's got all kinds of crazy shit going on. But it was just like
Yeah.
it always blew my mind how he was able to take this tiny space and turn it into like a gym,
Yeah.
and just you're just working with what you got. You got 7x9, we're gonna work with 7x9.
That's a fact, bro. And that's like the exact same thing that I had to do before I got to the gym, bro. Like, even when I got a gym, I always prefer training by myself. And even now, I prefer training by myself. I used to train in the backyard sometimes because so it would be my training facility would be my backyard and my basement. In the basement, I'd shadow box and whatnot, footwork. Um, it was this little trick that Bruce Lee taught me where you hang up a piece of paper, you feel me? A piece of loose leaf paper, and you punch at it. You don't punch it, but you punch at it. And the wind from your punch is supposed to push the paper back. The more you push the paper back, the faster you are. So what I did was I took like a packet type of thing, like like you go on school break vacation type of thing, and they give you a packet. So I took put one of those up. I try to get that to push back. You feel me? And help to increase my speed. I'd go in the backyard, I'd jump rope, and I had like a tree. I'd do like 15 rounds of like that would be my heavy bag. I would like hit the tree with my gloves on and shit, you know? And like that's what I would do, you feel me? And that would be the workout, bro. And I had my speaker, so I would like just listen to music, and that would be that, bro. Oh shit! Oh, you hear me? Yeah,
We do what we can, right?
of
So
course.
before I let you go, man, if you could describe your ideal 2023, we're coming to the end of the year. What are you trying to make happen next year?
2023. I'm trying to get into that contention spot. You know, I'm trying to get into that top 20, top 10. Feel me? And then get a world championship by 2024. That's really the goal. Yeah.
So you're ready to get on the express train, bro. You're ready to say,
Um, bro, I'm ready, bro. It just now I need the opportunity to show these guys, you know?
well, listen, dog, you're one of my favorite fighters right now. I really
Appreciate it.
appreciate your time, man. Thank you for coming on. We'll definitely do this again once you got something lined up.
Nah, it's lit, bro. Thank you. Yo, actually, they're looking at my next fight date between me and you. They're looking at March 18th in Oklahoma.
That's
Oklahoma.
awesome.
Yep. So we top rank. We about to see the vibes. All right, bet, bro. Yo, thank you again. All right.
All right, Jai, I appreciate you, bro. Good luck with everything.
Likewise.